Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Pooch Patrol TV. Now, I know I did say in the last video that we were going to continue with the puppy training videos, and I promise you the next one will be, but there's been a lot of stuff in the media lately about dog theft, the increase in dog theft, especially over lockdown. So I thought it was an ideal opportunity to bring this to the forefront, to make you aware of it, to make you aware of what's going on. There are some scams as well that are going on at the moment, so I want to make you aware of these and give you some tips on how to prevent them. So thank you for watching. Sit down, grab a coffee, buckle up, and I hope you enjoy. Right guys, so why am I bringing this to you? Well, dog theft is not a new thing. It's been going on for years, sadly. But why am I bringing it to you today? Well, that's because of lockdown and because of COVID. Now, since the beginning of lockdown, we haven't been able to spend as much time with our friends, with our family. We've not been able to socialise, and sometimes we've not been able to get much exercise. Now, people then have looked to dogs to fulfil this requirement. They're getting the exercise they need when they go for walks, they're getting the companionship, and basically the dogs are keeping us all sane. So because of this, it's basically supply and demand. People are demanding more dogs, so people are trying to supply them. And with this comes an increase in violence. Now, so far, touch wood, I haven't seen any major incidences within the UK of people getting hurt and injured, but I do sadly feel it's only a matter of time. Somebody's going to try to have their dog stolen, and of course that owner is going to intervene and try to prevent this, and that criminal is going to become violent, and sooner or later somebody's going to get really hurt. And just, I think it was today, as I record this, Lady Gaga's dog walker was shot dead in America, just so her two dogs could be stolen, and they will be later sold on for thousands of pounds. Now, as a dog walker myself, this is quite scary, but we do live in the UK, so it is a little bit different. But I am actually thinking about charging danger money from now on, because that is scary stuff. Now, the charity Dog Lost has reported a 170% increase in dog thefts since lockdown. So that's like almost a year, 170%. And the problem we have is not a lot of dogs are found again, sadly. And when the criminal is caught, or if that criminal is caught, it's only a 1% chance of these end up in court. And because of this 1% chance, this is why I want to make this aware that, you know, it's an increasing thing and there's something we can do about it, and we all just basically need to be aware of this. Now, the Kennel Club has reported a 168% increase in people going onto their website and researching puppy sales. And this has begun since lockdown as well. So not only do people want dogs of all ages, puppies is going to be the most popular. The puppy prices have more than doubled, costing on average of almost £2,000. Popular breeds are even higher, and they can cost up to £3,000. And this is especially the case for, say, pedigree dogs. Now, I know from experience people have been legitimately looking to buy puppies, pedigree or otherwise, and this time last year or the year before they were going for say £600-700, and now they've been told, you know, £2,000 plus. So it's something we need to be aware of. So there was a bunch of adverts looked at and researched over the year, and from March to September there was an increase from £888 to £1,883 in just a year, prices being increased. So this goes to show that this is a real problem and we need to be careful. Okay guys, we've got a couple of stats for you as well, just in case you didn't think I was serious about this subject, and it is actually a problem. So this is a good time to pause this video and have a good look at these two graphics here. So the one on the left is a BBC report where they have gone and asked certain police stations to report just how many people from last year to this year, I say this year, for 2019 to 2020, to see where the most places were of dog theft. So as you can see, in each of these 5 locations there has been a massive increase anyway. Now on the chart on the right hand side is the top 10 breeds of the rising prices from 2019 to 2020. So just take a look at that, and we've got some really popular breeds there. Ones that stick out for me are Cavaboos, Cockapoos. They're always really popular. Labradors, of course, Collies. All these are really popular breeds. Shih Tzus, I was surprised about that one, I have to admit. Not my favourite dog, but everybody has a dog and a particular breed that they like. And of course these criminals need to meet all these so-called demands. So at the moment there are 3 particular types of scams that I'm quite worried about and would like for you all to be aware of. And the most alarming one at the moment is the RSPCA scam. So what criminals are doing here are buying a white van, driving around in a white van, and as you can see from the photo, they have stuck the RSPCA logo on the side. Now these people, they're dressed as RSPCA officers, and they will go to, say, the local dog walking area, or they could come up to you anywhere in the street or anything like that, and they will say to you, your particular breed of dog or similar markings of your dog has been reported as missing, and they want to take your dog into the back of that van and scan the microchip, and they can then confirm whether that dog does actually belong to you or not. Now what will happen then is they'll take the dog into the back of the van and then they'll just drive off, and that is the last you'll see of your dog, sadly. Now 2 things to watch out for this is, first, if any RSPCA person comes up to you, ask them for ID. Now identification can be forged, so the official guidance from the RSPCA is, if you ever get approached by anybody and asked to put your dog in the back of their van so their microchip can be scanned, don't do it. This is not something the RSPCA will ever do. They will never take your dog away from you, and they will never scan your dog in the back of their van. If this ever happens to you, please try to make a note, if you can, of the vehicle registration, and also report this to police and report this to the RSPCA as well, head office. And I will put the RSPCA's head office phone number in the comments for the at the end of this. But please, if you are suspicious, don't do it. Now the other alarming one is, if you see a lamppost or any type of post near your house and it has these cable ties attached to them, as you can see, and it could be quite conspicuous. You always see posters and whatnot tied with these cable ties. But just be aware that if this is near a house or in a street or opposite a house, it could indicate the number of dogs that are inside that house. It's something that the criminals will do, and then later on, whenever they have a opportunity, they will then try to take those dogs. Similarly is the Black Mark X. Now what they do is they'll get a UV light or a pen, or they'll get a pen that's kind of dry or almost running out, and they'll put an X by your garage, by your front door, or something like that. They will then put a number of dots by this X. The number of dots again indicate just how many dogs are in that house. The criminals will then come at night and they will shine these torches on the garage doors and stuff like that, and it will become quite visible to them, especially if it's a UV light. And then they will attempt to take your dogs. Now if you do see this mark, it does need to be reported to police straight away. It can also be taken down with paint finish or something like that, and you can also try to paint over it if possible. But just to make you aware, you know, whenever you come in and out of your house, just have a look to see if there's an X by your garage door, your front door, or if you've got cable ties opposite your house as well, especially if you've got puppies, and especially if you own pedigree dogs. Okay, so there are a number of ways of prevention, and I'm just going to give you my top 5 golden rules for preventing such a disaster. Now, I think the biggest one, that's why it's number 1, is you need to be aware of social media. This is from stuff like surveys, so these so-called fun surveys you see on Facebook. You know, can you name your dog's name without the letter A? Or, you know, what's your dog's favourite toy? What does your dog like to do? What is the name of your dog? Yada 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 yada. Now, we're all bored during lockdown, and we've probably all been guilty of this sort of thing. But something as simple as naming your dog on Facebook, this could be a scam, and it could be not as innocent as it looks. And also be really careful when you're posting pictures on social media. As a dog walker myself, I always get permission from my customers. But the pictures I do take, I never take pictures of the front door of where the dog lives. Or basically, if there's some sort of like local landmark or something like that, like a local pub or like a local park, something that makes it obvious. So if somebody hacks into my account or looks, not necessarily hacks, but they can see from what I've posted, like on Instagram for example, and they can ascertain exactly where I walk my dog. And from there, you know, I don't mean to scare people, but they can be stalked and they can discover where you live. And also stuff like, so I've been doing this 99k for canines challenge, which basically involves walking 99k for the whole of February, and I noticed a lot of people posting the route from apps from their phones, so like walking apps or running apps, and it tracks the actual route of where you go and where you walk, and then they post that on Facebook. It's something you don't want to do. You don't want to do anything that makes it really easy for these criminals to figure out where you walk and when you walk, because they can track you and they can find the most opportune moment of that route to try to take your dogs away from you. And the other thing is, okay, you found a nice little route, a nice little forest or some sort of nature kind of walk or something like that, and you've posted it and it's all legit and above board. You've only taken pictures of trees, of a dirt track, of bushes, and it's a really beautiful, gorgeous picture. But what if somebody asks you, oh, where are you walking that dog? No, I've had this before, and it's been completely innocent, because I know that person, and I know that particular person is asking me because they want to walk their dog there, because it's, say, you know, it's by a canal, by a piece of water, and they want to take their dog somewhere different. Now that's fine, but make sure you know that person. Make sure you're happy that that person is only asking you because, you know, they would like to walk their dog there. But if they do it on your, say, your Facebook post or your Instagram post, don't reply to them so everybody can see. Send them a private message. By doing that, you're preventing other people from seeing where you walk. And you just have to be safe. You have to be aware of what you do on social media. Now, it might seem obvious, but I see it all the time. Don't leave your dogs tied up by shops unattended. All somebody has to do is come along, clip that lead, and then walk off with your dog, bundle it in the back of a van and drive off, and that's that, while you're getting your tea and your bread and, you know, whatever things you're shopping for. So if you can, just please don't do that. That's really, really easy. You got to make them, if they are going to steal your dog, make it really hard so it puts them off. And if possible, don't walk alone. It's hard at the moment. We don't quite know if we're allowed to walk in ones or twos or anything like that, but if you can, try to walk in a pair, or, you know, walk somewhere that's a bit more social, you know, there's a few more people, like a local park if you can, something like that. And don't be predictable. And what I mean by this is, every day, Monday to Sunday, you go out at 1 o'clock, you turn left from your door, and you walk around the park twice and you come back. Now, if it's possible, change it up a bit. So perhaps change the time of when you do walk and change the route. So maybe you know of a different route that's not in the local park, or instead of going left, you go right, or can you go straight on? You know, change things up and make it as unpredictable as you can. So like Monday you go left, for example, Tuesday you go right, and then Monday you go left again. That then becomes, your unpredictability then becomes predictable. So just maybe roll a dice, something like that. Roll a dice, or put your route and your times into a bag. You know, today I'm going to go at 2 o'clock and I'm going to go to park number A. You know, it just makes it really harder for a criminal to judge when and where you're going to be, so they can take that opportune moment to steal your dog. And there are a number of things you can do to be prepared. Sadly, we have to talk about this in this day and age, but this is what it has come to. So, by being pre-prepared, I mean, you can take a rape alarm with you, and if you get attacked, sound that rape alarm off. You can take a whistle with you. There are certain legal sprays, like pepper sprays, that you can buy to spray at people. I'm not quite sure what they do, but make sure they are legal, and they will either hurt, I don't know if they hurt the criminal's face, or it puts a smell on them or something like that, but anything that will make them run away. And also, I know I've slated social media, but social media is also good for local communities. So, you know the area you live in, how about joining some of the local communities' Facebook pages? It's also a great initiative called Doghorn. Now, Doghorn is a new initiative where people are coming together to help prevent dog thefts. And their idea is they tie a bow, a yellow bow, or you wear a yellow lanyard around your neck while you're out walking. And because it's quite a bright colour, and you're kind of sort of drawing a little bit more attention to yourself, which is good, because the criminal doesn't want any attention on you. The criminal doesn't want anybody around you. They just want to come up to you, grab your dog, and go as quickly as possible. And Doghorn, you got your main Facebook page, but then it's also popping up in local communities. So, for example, where I live in Warwickshire, we have our own one there as well, and they're always posting tips and tricks and stuff like that to prevent dog thefts, and also help warn you in case there is local activity in your area. So it just makes you more aware and helps you hopefully stop this horrible crime, because there is nothing worse than losing your pet through because someone is being a selfish, horrible person. So I hope this has helped, guys. I really do. I don't want you all to be scared or nervous or anything like that. I just want you to be a little bit more aware and hopefully a little bit more prepared. Right then, a bit of a happier subject, I think, just to finish this off. I just wanted to give you all an update from my 99k for canines challenge. So as of today, we have now completed the 99k required of us to walk for the whole of the month. I've also included a little price guide chart, because some people are wondering where this money goes and how it helps the Dogs Trust. So they have actually developed this little picture just to show you anything from £1 to £40. It doesn't matter how small or how large your donations were, it has all helped. And I'm really chuffed to tell you all that I have raised over £150. That was my target initially, and I've beaten that, and I couldn't be happier. So to all of you guys who have supported me and have donated and just helped me, I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. There is still time to donate, so I will leave my fundraising page details in the comments as well, but it does end at the end of the month. So anything you can donate, small or little, as you can see from the chart on the right hand side, is going to be invaluable. So I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Well, I think that will do for now, guys. I really hope this has helped, made you more aware of what's going on in your community, and also helped you to avoid horrible scams and avoid getting your dogs, stolen. It's not nice at all, and there isn't a lot people can do about it. There is a petition to make dog theft an actual recognised crime. It's going around at the moment, and again I will link this into the comments section below in a minute. So please subscribe if you can. Notice that I'm getting quite a lot of views, but not many people are subscribing, so if you can subscribe, that will mean the world to me, and it will really help me out. We do have some other forms of social media as well. We have a blog on poochpatrolrugby.wordpress.com. So if you like reading about stuff, I post all sorts there. It's just my mind, my ramblings, my thoughts, as well as fun facts, tips and all sorts really. Again, I have an Instagram page and a website page. So if you're interested, go and take a look. Thank you all for listening, and I will see you in the next one. See you later, guys.